Sometimes a single photo can show us something puzzling and fascinating. When we look at old pictures, we find some mysterious ones that make us question what went on in the past. Here are 10 unusual old photos that even scientists can't figure out, from strange patterns in Namibia to a person who seems to have time traveled in 1941. At number 10, we have a peculiar story about a person who seemed like a time-traveling hipster from the past. You know how time travel is a common theme in movies and books, but have you ever thought it could happen in real life? Well, in 2010, a mysterious photograph surfaced from 1941. It was taken at the reopening of the South Fork Bridge in Gold Bridge, British Columbia, Canada. In this photo, there's a man dressed in a dark suit, a white shirt, a knitted sweater, and sunglasses. His outfit looks strangely modern and doesn't fit the 1940s style. What's even stranger is that he appears to be holding a camera, which was advanced technology not available back then. Everything about this man just seems too out of place for the 1940s. However, some people and scientists argued that his clothing and camera might have existed at that time, and he wasn't necessarily a time traveler. People tried to gather more information about this mysterious man and his possible time-traveling adventures. Meanwhile, others on the internet had fun making jokes and memes about the situation. But the true answer to this mystery is still unknown. We can't say for sure if he was a time traveler, a fashion-forward individual, or just a trick of the eye. At number 9, we have the mysterious Babushka Lady from 1963. During the tragic assassination of U.S. President John F. Kennedy on November 22, 1963, in Dallas, Texas, a woman wearing a headscarf and glasses was seen multiple times. She had a camera and seemed to be taking photos or videos of the event. However, her identity and the content of her footage remain a mystery. In one photo, she's standing on the grassy area between Elm and Main Streets, right in front of the Dallas County building. This spot gave her a clear view of the president's motorcade as it passed by. When the shots rang out, she crossed Elm Street and joined the crowd running up the grassy knoll, where some people believed the shots had come from. Eventually, she was last seen walking east on Elm Street, away from the scene. Even though the FBI and other investigators tried to find her, she seemed to vanish without a trace. Even after they issued a bulletin seeking information about her, she remained elusive. It's possible she was scared or unwilling to come forward or share her film with authorities, fearing harassment or threats from those involved in the assassination or its cover-up. To this day, we still don't know who this lady was and where she disappeared. Number 8 brings us the incredible Patterson Gilman Bigfoot film. This extraordinary encounter with the elusive Bigfoot happened in 1967 when two men, Roger Patterson and Bob Gilman, set out on a mission to find evidence of this legendary creature in the remote wilderness of Bluff Creek, California. The film they captured that day is just under a minute long and shows a large, ape-like creature confidently walking through the forest, covered in dark hair. At one point, it even turns its head to look directly at the camera, as if it knows it's being watched, before disappearing into the dense underbrush. For decades, people have debated whether this film is genuine. Patterson, the one who filmed it, claimed it was a real Bigfoot, a once-in-a-lifetime encounter. However, many skeptics have questioned its authenticity, suggesting it could be a hoax or a well-made costume. Scientists have tried to analyze the film to figure out the creature's size, proportions, and how it moves. Some experts say the figure's proportions and movements match those of an unknown primate, while others argue that the footage is not clear enough to reach a definite conclusion. The Patterson Gilman Bigfoot film has become an iconic piece in the world of cryptozoology. Over the years, many people have reported seeing Bigfoot, adding to the mystery and fascination surrounding this elusive creature. Number 7 takes us to the Nazca Lines in Nazca, Peru, located on the southern coast. This place is covered in incredible designs etched into the desert, featuring geometric shapes, animals, and plants spread across a vast area. What's strange is that these designs were created almost 2,000 years ago. They cover over 50 square kilometers of the Peruvian coastal plain, and you can only see them properly from above, which seems impossible for that time. The purpose of these lines remains a mystery. Scientists believe that the lines and figures align with celestial events like the sun, moon, stars, solstices, and equinoxes. Some think they might have religious significance, representing the beliefs and practices of the Nazca people, such as their reverence for nature, ancestors, or gods. There are even speculations that the lines and figures were meant to communicate with beings from other worlds or dimensions, like aliens or spirits. However, none of these explanations fully solve the mystery. No one can quite explain how these designs were created with such precision and artistry, making the Nazca Lines a fascinating enigma. At number 6, we have something quite peculiar: the Fresno Nightcrawler's footage. In this photograph, you can spot a cryptid, which means a mysterious creature, that looks like a pair of white pants walking on its own, without an upper body or a head. These odd beings are usually seen at night, moving slowly and silently along the ground. The first time they were caught on camera was in 2007 in Fresno, California. A man, curious about why his dogs were barking every night, installed a security camera in his garage and discovered two strange figures walking across his lawn. He shared this footage with a paranormal investigator and a local TV station, hoping to find some answers. The second sighting happened in 2011 in Yosemite National Park, also in California. These beings were seen walking among the trees in the dark. The mystery deepens because a TV show called Fact or Faked Paranormal Files tried to recreate the phenomenon using different methods, but they couldn't do it. Some people think they might be aliens, while others believe they're spirits. But, in the end, there's no clear evidence or explanation for their existence. Number 5 brings us the mysterious Usia Paladino levitation photo from 1920. This famous photograph supposedly shows Usia Paladino, a woman, levitating a table during a seance. The photo was taken by a French physician in Paris in 1898. Usia Paladino, an Italian medium, claimed she could communicate with the dead and perform various physical feats, like moving objects, manifesting hands, and making tables float. Many scientists and researchers investigated her, but opinions about her authenticity were mixed. The man who took the photo said he did it under strict control conditions, with Paladino's hands and feet held by two assistants. He claimed the table rose in the air without any touch from Paladino and that the photo wasn't manipulated. He also mentioned witnessing other strange things during the seance, like the appearance of a luminous hand and a face in putty. Many skeptics and critics have raised doubts. They've pointed out the unnatural position of Paladino's body, the absence of shadows under the table, and the possibility of hidden wires or supports, which cast a shadow of doubt on the authenticity of the photo and Paladino's claims. At number 4, we have a remarkable natural mystery in the heart of the Namib desert known as the fairy circles. These are peculiar circular patches, about 1,100 miles in length, spread across southern Africa's dry grasslands. While they may sound whimsical, there are no fairies involved. Instead, scientists have been debating two main theories to explain these circles. One theory blames termites, and the other looks at the evolution of the grasses in the area. But how do these hardy plants thrive in one of the driest places on Earth? According to a new study, scientists have found that the grasses on the outer rings of the circles had developed a clever way to maximize their water supply in the desert. They created a kind of vacuum system around their roots that drew water toward them. In contrast, the grasses inside the circles struggled to access enough water to survive, particularly after rainfall. This discovery suggests an example of eco-hydrological feedback, where the barren circles act as reservoirs that support the grasses on the edges but at the expense of those in the middle. The circular formation, it turns out, is a logical response for these plants dealing with water scarcity. At number 3, we delve into a spine-chilling discovery from the mid-90s in a cave in Ras Al Khaimah. It all began when a tourist took a photo that captured a strange creature lurking within the cave. What made it even more bizarre was that, after snapping the picture, the tourists heard a terrified boy's scream echoing through the darkness. Alarmed by this eerie encounter, the tourists informed the authorities. The police conducted a thorough search of the cave and, to their shock, discovered a lifeless human body hidden deep inside. The photo of the mysterious creature quickly gained worldwide attention, but the truth behind this eerie image remained uncertain. Questions arose. What was that creature in the cave? Was it a mere trick of the light or something more sinister? And how did the presence of this creature relate to the tragic discovery of the human body? To this day, the answers to these questions remain a mystery, leaving us with a haunting enigma that continues to both captivate and bewilder us. Number 2 brings us the curious case of the Solway Firth Spaceman from 1964. In this photo, there appears to be a spaceman standing behind a girl. The police and forensics declared the photo to be clear and untouched, ruling out any tampering. This mysterious image made quite a stir, with documentaries, TV shows, and news channels all trying to figure out what it could be. One theory came from UFO author David Clark, who suggested that the figure might have been Templeton's wife, Annie, wearing a pale blue dress and having dark, bobbed hair. He thought Templeton didn't notice her in the camera's viewfinder, and the dress looked white due to overexposure. When the image was darkened and rotated, it appeared more like a regular person viewed from behind. Others linked the photo to a failed missile launch in Australia that reportedly involved a UFO sighting. But here's the twist. None of these explanations have been definitively proven, and the mystery of the Solway Firth Spaceman remains unsolved to this day. Number 1 introduces us to the intriguing mystery of the Goddard Squadron. This term refers to a group of Royal Air Force pilots who posed for a photo in 1919. The twist here is that they believed the ghost of their comrade, Freddie Jackson, who had passed away just a few days earlier, appeared in the picture with them. This snapshot has been widely shared and debated by those interested in the supernatural and aviation history. Some firmly believe that it's a genuine ghost, suggesting that Freddie might not have been aware of his own death and wanted to be in the photo with his friends. Others think it could have been a playful hoax, while some explain it as pareidolia, which is when our brains perceive patterns or faces in random images. The enigma of the Goddard Squadron photo continues to baffle and fascinate, challenging us with its enduring mystery. And as a special mention, there's a picture featuring Courtney Brown, a skilled diver, assisting in the transportation of a 55-foot replica of the sunken Titanic for the movie Raise the Titanic. This film is adapted from Clive Cussler's well-liked book and portrays an attempt to raise the immense wreck of the Titanic, resting beneath the surface of the North Atlantic Ocean. The model showcased in the movie is claimed to be an identical duplicate and required $5 million for its construction. As we conclude our journey through these 10 intriguing mysteries, remember to like this video and subscribe to Science Fellow for more captivating content. Stay curious, and let's keep exploring the unknown together.